Okay, so hello, my name is Schlepper, and I'm here today to talk about Agta Aid. Before I begin, I'd like to say a special thank you to all of the NCIP members and everyone really who gave me the opportunity to come here today. Of course, before I begin, I would just like to share with you a small clip about what it means to be Agta in the community that I'm working with in Jago and Dipagiden.
Bulan-bulan taledang, taledang hutan, dan hutan tatumbet, bikalaw, bika samogaw, galipaw, papayaw, papasingaw.
So, when I was 5 years old, I went to Isabela in the Philippines, and I met a tribe called the Agta, the hunter-gatherer community, which my mother was working with at the time. I made many friends with the children there in Diago and Dipagiden, which are nearby Dikot Cotton, and despite the language barrier, we managed to communicate. I was very fascinated by the culture, and I think it's truly something wonderful. So, one thing I did notice, however, was that the Agta did not have access to school, even though there was one nearby, and they wanted to have access to school. It was something they were willing to learn, they were willing to have an education, but simply couldn't because they didn't have school material. So, in 2012, I started a project called Agta Aid, and once I returned to England, I managed to fundraise 13,500 pesos by giving talks in BirdLife International and University College London. I sold some pencil sticks, and in the end, we managed to buy school material for Agta children. 40 kits were bought with this money, and this was across Diago and Dipagiden. Now all of these children are attending school over there. But then I realized the school was lacking something very basic, something you wouldn't imagine a school to be lacking. It was lacking books. So once I returned to England again in 2013, I gave a talk in my old school, White Hill Junior School, and some friends of mine decided to join in. Also, White Hill was very supportive of the project, and they donated several times. In the end, we managed to fundraise 21,000 pesos and collected 227 books. This was, of course, one of my friends, which was the designer of the team, Freya. She created a contraption to collect books, and we also sold some pencils. In the end, 150 books, which were the ones donated that we found appropriate, were bought in English to the library that we created there, and 150 books in Tagalog. These books in Tagalog were bought in the National Bookstore with the money donated. Most of the donations were by BirdLife International and as well as White Hill Junior School. Then there was something I realized once again: racism. The Agta suffer many different levels of racism within their community. This is in school, with other children, this is in adults, this is everywhere. In fact, one of the most extreme cases was a medical nurse who claimed that the Agta were not people, they were just Agta. And yes, this really shocked me. What I think the Agta needs to be have teachers who are culture sensitive, and that's where we came in contact with COSEL. COSEL had some many good ideas, including that the Agta had to be taught in their own language to reinforce their culture, and as well as them having the culture sensitive teachers. And in the end, they gave us some materials which they have, with other languages, other tribal languages. They have many materials in several parts of the Philippines. So over the course of 3 months, I translated it with Agta children and also collected some stories, traditional Agta stories, to reinforce their culture. And now we are working on the printing of these books. We trained a local teacher who was also an actor. She's the only actor known to have been to university and in the region. Her name is Regina Cavallo, and here's a small clip of her telling more about herself.
My name is Regina Cavaldo. I live in Dimapnat de Vilacan, Isabela. Agta Aid sent me to attend a seminar in Lyceum Philippine University, where I share my experience when I was studying in elementary and also in high school. Dr. Marilyn Francosel, she is very willing to help Agta formate their own school here in Palanan. But they need Agta teacher to teach Agta kids. I'm Regina, and I'm only one Agta to study here in University of Palanan.
I'm not sure if you at the back heard what she said, but basically that she's the only actor to go to university and that we need actor teachers to teach actor children, and in their own language, of course. So after returning to England, Whitehill again has given us great support. They, through a sponsored reading event and a sponsored school play, we've managed to fundraise 75,000 pesos, and now we are in the process of illustrating the books in the Agta language. We have some artists around the world working on our books, and that's mostly it for that part. But it's important to keep the language, so important, because I'm not sure if you remember, at the beginning it was a bit quiet because computer technical reasons. That song at the beginning, over the background of what it means to be Agta, nobody knows the meaning of that song. It's from a culture that has died off. It's been lost completely. And it's very recent. It's a thing that's happening, and it could very well happen to the Agta. So it's quite sad. That's why I started Agta Aid, and I hope you all also feel for the cause. So our next steps are training all the potential Agta teachers. We've identified 4 potential teachers, and these teachers on average will take around 12,000 pesos to train, but it may vary. It was 12,000 with Regina, so hopefully it's around that. We also have been working on these books for a long time, ever since 2014. As a matter of fact, we're very close to actually finishing, so hopefully they will be done very shortly. And we also would like to become an official charity, because once we do become an official charity, which is something we've been working on for the past 2 months, we will receive a funding of 120,000 to 240,000 pesos per school. And this will be used to train the potential teachers and overall that make for better Agta Aid. So thank you for listening to the talk. Please visit our website, agtaaid.org, if you'd like to know more. And well, thank you everyone, really. Sorry. Just move it here.
Julie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have a big heart for the Agta, and we appreciate it a lot.